This week, I end up on a quest to find my plane.
I'm expecting Gandalf to give me wise words.
Try to find out why a didgeridoo is classed as a dangerous weapon, and get a sweet seat upgrade, as I take a flight across New Zealand on their third largest airline that you might not have heard of before.
Well, good morning from a beautiful, sunny Wellington in New Zealand. This does not happen very often. I've been to Wellington a few times before. It's usually absolutely peeing it down with rain, but look at that, there's blue sky up there and everything, which hopefully is a good sign, because today I'm off to fly on a really cool airline that have got some really cool planes and hopefully take a really cool flight across NZ. So let's go inside, let's get checked in and check out our flight across New Zealand. So of course, given that we're in actual New Zealand, the main airline here at Wellington, the capital is Air New Zealand. However, that's not who we're flying on today, because I'm flying on a little airline with just a handful of planes, and they are called Sounds Air, which sounds cool. So we're going to go and find where we have to check in, get checked in, seeing as though we're in NZ, and take a little ride with them. Okay, I am so confused trying to find out where I need to check in for Sounds Air, because they've not got a check-in desk outside. I just looked on the website to figure out where you check in, and there's literally a step-by-step guide. It's like something out of one of those old Warcraft type games. Proceed to the main domestic terminal, turn left and proceed to gate 3. Continue to gate 3, then turn right, pass through the IER Smart Gate, continue to gate 3, check in and bag drop at gate 3. I think I need gate 3. Where is gate 3? I was going to see if I could find it. Remember that TV show that used to be on years ago where it had got the kids in like a really crappy computer generated?
It's the split. Right, Sarah, right.
And he turned a corner and there's like a dragon there or something. I wonder if that's going to be like that. We've got these big boys here, these eagle things. I wonder if that's one of them. It's like Lord of the Rings. Okay, so I followed the instructions. It said I'm in the right place and I have to go through the gate. So I'm through the gate. Now I need to trek down the Hall of Doom and see where this leads us. I'm expecting like Gandalf or something around the corner to give me wise words and help me check in.
No, the journey doesn't end here.
Okay, there is a door at the end of the corridor. We go through the door, go in here. Okay, Sounds Air. Sounds good.
Perfect.
Thank you.
No worries.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Good, thank you. Where are you off to?
Blenheim and then Christchurch.
Awesome. Is it Noel?
It is, yeah. I found you in it. It's like a Hobbit quest trying to find this check-in desk.
Yeah, it's a bit hard to get.
I followed all the instructions and it's like, yes, you've arrived at a gate, go through the gate.
Awesome. Just one day to check.
Just one to check in, please. I think if I can take this one on, if that's
Yeah,
okay.
of
This
course
is
you can.
way too heavy to carry on anyway. So
Awesome.
thank you. Sorry.
No, you're all good.
It's been gradually getting heavier over the last 2
Awesome. We'll be boarding up at 10:30.
Sweet.
Just be back by 20 past.
Okay, I'll stick around here. Thank
And
you.
there is your boarding pass.
Wonderful, thank you very much.
No worries.
Thank you. So then all checked in, I've got my boarding pass, for a boarding pass. Boarding pass to Blenheim anyway, this is my first boarding pass. I'm actually connecting in a place called Blenheim, which is just across the strait in the South Island, and then from there we connect onto another flight down to Christchurch. Sounds Air are an airline, quite a small airline. They operate a lot of Cessna Caravans, but also they operate the Pilatus PC-12, which is a really cool plane. I love those. They're the same sort of plane that Boutique Air operate over in the US. Well, I say operate is a loose word. When they actually are flying and they're actually operating, then they operate the PC-12. Hopefully, Sounds Air a little bit more reliable. The PC-12 will be amazing if I get a ride on that today. Cessna Caravan, been on a lot of them, not quite as fun, but we'll see what we get when we get out there. I think they operate PC-12s down here in Wellington at least, so we'll see what we get. But yeah, all checked in, waiting for the plane to come. No security or anything here, we just sort of check in, get out to the plane and get on our way. Nice and easy, nice and easy.
As I waited for my flight, I couldn't help but notice that in New Zealand, a didgeridoo is classed as a dangerous weapon that you can't bring on board a flight, which left me with, well, many questions.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
But in any case, it was time to start boarding my flight down to Blenheim, New Zealand.
How you doing? Sit anywhere, yeah? Thank you.
Now, one thing that surprised me about Sounds Air's PC-12s is that they're in a standard passenger configuration. A lot of the time when I've flown on PC-12s before, they've been in a corporate layout even when they're on passenger routes, but this one's got one seat on either side of the aisle all the way down to the back. As we climbed out, we got a cracking view of downtown Wellington out of the window below us. My first flight today then took me across the Cook Strait to Blenheim in the Marlborough region of New Zealand. Flight time on this leg was just 16 minutes, cruising at 6,000 feet.
Well, there we are then, airborne from Wellington on board the Pilatus PC-12 Sounds Air. It's so cool to be riding on a PC-12 in an actual passenger configuration like this. It's got 9 seats in it. Boutique airs that they fly, they're in sort of a private jet configuration, which is nice, but it's nice to see the different sort of configurations that they can put these PC-12s in. And Sounds Air, well, they operate a fleet of these things. They really find them handy, and they operate to loads of tiny little airports connecting regional New Zealand, which is pretty epic. I've got 2 flights on one of these today. Heading down to Blenheim first. It's about a 20-minute hop across the Cook Strait onto the South Island. Then I've got a connection, and then we're heading down to Christchurch, hopefully on another one of these, because they are so cool. Now, leg room isn't too bad on here. I remember I'm 6'5", so that's my leg room there. The back row's got this gap here. That's the door there where they load the cargo into the back. And the other seats, obviously in a 1-1 configuration. Everybody gets a window, which is pretty cool, and everybody gets a great view when it's not cloudy like it is today, but hey, it's New Zealand, there's no such thing as a bad view.
As we cruised across the Cook Strait, the clouds below us parted and we started to get our first views of New Zealand's beautiful South Island, emerging from the mist looking absolutely stunning. Now, I visited this part of New Zealand once before when I visited a town called Nelson just up the coast back in 2006, but this is the first time I've been anywhere other than Nelson on the South Island, and I was actually really looking forward to it. We crossed the coast and started our descent down into the Blenheim Airport. And it's fair to say that when you fly into Blenheim, you see what keeps this part of New Zealand moving, and that's the vineyards of the Marlborough wine region. It's the largest wine region in NZ and makes some amazing Sauv Blancs, including some of my absolute favourites. Blenheim Airport's shared with the New Zealand Air Force, who also operate from here, but it ceased service from Sounds Air and also Air New Zealand, who send ATRs up to Wellington and Dash 8s to Auckland. Thank you. See you later. Yeah, I'm connecting through. Do I just take this and check it in again for the next one? Or?
Oh, you're headed to
Christchurch.
Yep. So if you shoot up to the same place, actually, yes, it is. Do you want to just leave them in here?
If you want to, yeah, whatever, yeah.
It's easy, yeah. Yep, cool, we can do that.
Not exactly Air New Zealand was.
It's easy, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Alright, see you later.
Have you flown with us before?
No, first time. First time.
I feel as though I know you from somewhere.
You may have seen me on YouTube. I'm a YouTuber. I do aviation stuff on YouTube.
It is you, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Noel Phillips.
Yeah, I have seen this.
Yeah.
You've been all around the world.
I have, yeah. I'm here for 2 days and I had to find a cool airline to fly on in NZ, and I thought, well, this one worked, so I ended up with you guys, so yeah. I could have just gone direct to Christ.
I remember seeing you're like in some far out place in Africa, and like you used it up on a few in Australia and stuff.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. I've just been over in Australia until last night, so pretty cool. So yeah, it's been quite cool.
Yeah, when you walked out the plane, I was like, you must be a regular.
Once seen, never forgotten, eh? Right then, welcome to Blenheim Airport. I've got a connection here. This is a lovely little airport here in the Marlborough region of New Zealand. Marlborough is where you get the wine from, and I do like a Marlborough wine, but I haven't got time for one today because I've literally just got a connection and then we're going onwards to Christchurch. But yeah, great little flight that was with Sounds Air. I've got another one coming up now, so let's head back inside to this lovely little airport building here, and yeah, we can crack on.
The terminal building in Blenheim seems brand new, and it's really bright and airy with a little cafe as well to spend some time at. In 2023 the airport saw 318,000 passengers, or roughly 800 a day, making it the 13th busiest airport in New Zealand. I grabbed a coffee and hung around for a few minutes before going to check in for my onward flight to Christchurch.
Do I need another boarding pass for the Christchurch flight?
Yep, so you can.
Thank you.
Cool, there we go, pulling up at about 12:40.
Lovely.
One just behind you.
All right, thank you very much. Cheers.
It wasn't long before I got a lovely surprise as the pilot for my next flight came to get me early with a surprise seat upgrade.
Picked a hot day for it.
I know, nice. I brought the weather from Western Australia, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Are you going down and flying around Milford or anything like that after this?
I've got, supposedly, depending on the weather, I've got a flight tomorrow in a helicopter out to one of the beaches and then flying up to a glacier or something.
Oh, that'll be awesome. If you just leave your bag here,
Okay,
I'll just keep no one from
okay.
in there, and then you can still reach around and grab stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, well, here's a bit of a seat upgrade, isn't it? They put me on the flight deck for the flight down to
Christchurch, so this will be fun. On a PC-12.
You're down to Christchurch today. Flight time's 45 minutes. A nice day for flying. The slight northerly winds throughout. Still bump in the departure arrival, but nothing too major. Nice day for flying.
Once everyone was on board, Captain Liam fired up the PC-12 to get us on our way south towards Christchurch. Flight then took us south to the east coast of the South Island before flying along the coast down to Christchurch. Flying time on this leg was 44 minutes, cruising at 18,000 feet.
Airline Airport, quite possibly the best seat everything else on the PC, so I watched not quite the best seat, I think it's the best seat over there, but climbing down beautiful views here over the South Island of New Zealand, so climb down that beautiful summer's day here in NZ, just incredible, amazing.
As we headed south along the coast of the South Island, I got a glimpse of what I'd come here for, the foothills of the beautiful Southern Alps. The scenery down here is absolutely breathtaking, and seeing it on such a beautiful day like this feels really humbling. The video does it no justice whatsoever. I'd actually planned to fly into Queenstown the day after this flight, but much like their Northern Hemisphere cousins, the weather in the Southern Alps can put the brakes on plans at short notice, and sadly the weather ended up closing in on the day I was flying, meaning that no flights could take place. But that just means I have yet another reason to come back to New Zealand in the near future. In any case, we were soon starting our descent into Christchurch Airport. Christchurch is New Zealand's second busiest airport after Auckland and sees international flights as far away as San Francisco, which has 3 flights a week with United. My ride with Sounds Air cost me $194 or roughly 115 Gandalfs, or New Zealand dollars as it's more commonly known.
was fun. Yeah. Cheers, Liam. Appreciate that a lot, mate. Thank you.
Have a good time in New Zealand.
Yeah, I'll try. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully we'll go up to Queenstown.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
All the best.
So yeah, awesome. Thanks very much.
Yeah,
Thanks. Oh, there we are then. Down in Christchurch. What an absolutely incredible ride that was. Thank you so much, Sounds Air and Captain Liam, for letting me ride up front on the PC-12. I've been up front on the PC-12 before. They're always really cool to sit in because it's like a proper airliner, but single pilot, so you can actually get passengers sitting up the front. It's really cool. But yeah, I love that so much. Well, let's try and get through Christchurch Airport, see what this place is like.
Thank you so much to my Patreons and YouTube channel members for your amazing support of the channel. You can join them at either of the links on the screen and get access to my amazing WhatsApp community, regular Zoom calls with me, and much more.
Right then, welcome to Christchurch then. What an absolutely amazing trip that was with Sounds Air. If you're ever in this neck of the woods, check them out. They've got some amazing little planes and they're a great bunch of people as well over there. I had a cracking flight down from Wellington all the way down here. But now I'm in Christchurch and I don't know where I'm off to next, actually, to be completely honest. I think I've just had an email to say that my next flight's been cancelled, so yay, who knows. You may well find me back in Auckland for the next video. But anyway, let me know what you thought to Sounds Air down in the comments below, and whether you would take a ride on a PC-12, what you thought to that whole PC-12 experience. I thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, I'd love to do it again at some point. But anyway, in the meantime, as always, thanks so much for watching. Take care, be kind to one another, guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.